let's get to the purpose and the relevance of this testimony. Chairman Bost and Ranking Member Takano, Chairman Tester, and Ranking Member Moran, it is my honor and privilege to share with you and your committees the American Legion's top priorities for the second session of the 118th Congress. In my opening statement, however, I will address something that is more than a priority to us. In fact, I heard it described as a marketing campaign and cool slogan to a catchy phrase and even a worthwhile initiative. However, none of these words appropriately reflect what Be the One is to the American Legion family. Rather, it's a mission, our mission, to change lives and save lives. And yes, Chairman, it is personal. There is no single deed that the American Legion family can accomplish that outweighs the prevention of a veteran from taking their own life. Nothing. We know firsthand that we have saved lives. Legionnaires like Jeff Freeman from Post 190 in Ripon, California, continues to live life now with purpose and relevance. Last year at one of our Be the One events, he told us that the Legion saved my life. You see, it was 10 years after he attempted suicide. He is not a victim, but a suicide survivor. That's what Be the One is. It's our mission to be the one, to save one. We do this then by destigmatizing the issue of mental health. Veterans value courage, and it takes courage to ask for help. However, the American Legion doesn't sit back and just wait. Instead, we take a proactive approach and ask veterans if they are okay. That's what we call the buddy check. We thank Congress and members of this critical committee for passing legislation directing the Department of Veterans Affairs to conduct its own National Buddy Check Week. And they did. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Just like you did with the PACT Act. Again, thank you for that. Now, when we look at the buddy check, without a doubt, it made an impact. Personal contact changes lives, and personal contact saves lives, period. A major purpose of the American Legion's Be the One mission is to raise awareness. We have lost more than 135,000 veterans to suicide since 9/11. This is well more than all the American deaths incurred during the entire Korean War, Vietnam War, Gulf War, and the global war on terrorism combined. A veteran is 50% more likely to take their own life than a person who has never served in the military. This must stop. So what can Congress do? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Congress can be the one to enhance the military experience by supporting quality of life legislation. Be the one, then, to expand access to affordable child care, increase funding for barracks and family housing, and ensure timely access to mental health care. Congress can also be the one to improve oversight of military sexual trauma and ensure that both the Departments of Veterans Affairs and Defense provide timely, meaningful, and sensitive treatment for those who have experienced it. And Congress can be the one to expand research and access to alternative treatments and therapies. The National Survey on Drug Use and Health shows that in 2021, approximately 2.8 million veterans experienced an illicit drug or alcohol use disorder, and 92.4% did not receive treatment. We urge you to consider legislation that would effectively address TBI and PTSD. We also know that if services are offered, services will be used. In 2023, the first year that VA enacted a new policy offering free emergency suicide prevention care in and outside the VA system, 49,714 veterans accessed this benefit, saving a projected $64 million in health care costs. When I was first elected last year in August, one of my very first visits not only impacted me personally, but really solidified the importance of our mission. A mission, again, of purpose and relevance. Again, changing lives and saving lives. After my remarks in Tennessee, a veteran came up to me and said, "Commander, what you talked about, that was me. That was me." You see, he was wounded by an IED and was not only struggling with PTSD, but TBI as well. As he left the military and transitioned into the civilian life, the pressures of life itself, family expenses and needs, did not stop just because he was injured. He didn't think his family would stick around, and honestly, he was starting to question if he should stay around too. In fact, this wheelchair-bound veteran wheeled himself into another organization and requested assistance, not just with hands out asking for money, but direction. However, the members never looked up from their card game, but one voice penetrated his soul, saying, "I fought my war, I can't fight yours." With feelings of hopelessness, desperation, and rejection, he decided to end his life. So he put a revolver in his mouth and pulled the trigger. Not once, but twice. Both times, however, it did not fire. I personally believe that God gave many reasons why it did not go off. First of all, not only placing American Legion Post 172 in Georgia in his path, but empowering their leadership to take him in. That caring embrace that they gave, and connecting him with the right people at the right time, which not only saved his home and family, but him. Also, so that this young veteran would realize his purpose and relevance in life as he now leads his post as their commander. Talk about changing a life and saving a life. And finally, it is for us. It's for us, even today, because we too can be the one to change a life and even save a life in what we do for our veterans and their families. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have Be the One. In addition to our Be the One mission, the American Legion has other priorities which we submit as part of our written testimony here today. Criminally punishing companies that prey on veterans and their families is extremely important. And we see a constant barrage of advertisements from unaccredited actors who charge excessive fees for services on claims that should be provided at no cost, requiring all separating service members to participate in a robust transition assistance program, which would cover employment and business opportunities, educational resources, housing options, health benefits, and other quality of life topics that can improve mental wellness and reduce suicide. Ensuring that every branch of our military is paid in the event of a government shutdown. The last long shutdown caused a pay interruption for the U.S. Coast Guard. This should never, ever happen again. Pundits and self-proclaimed experts tell us not to expect major legislation from a divided Congress during the presidential election year. Well, Chair and everyone, I do reject that analysis. Veterans issues have traditionally unified Congress because in your hearts, we know you love this country. We know. And truly wish to serve veterans. We know you do that, just as veterans have served America. A major step in this direction would be the passage then of a budget, a complete budget, not another CR. Today, Russia is on the march. Illegal crossings at our southern border remain high, and veterans continue to fight that plague of suicide. My friends, any member of the military will tell you that you cannot move forward without a plan. Yes, you may win a firefight here and there, but you will not achieve your overall mission without a plan. For the sake of veterans, their families, and for all Americans, I implore you to put partisan politics aside and give us your plan. Chairman Bost, Chairman Tester, right? And members of the Committees on Veterans Affairs. On behalf of the American Legion, I thank you for giving the nation's largest veteran service organization the opportunity to share our priorities. I welcome any questions you have for me, our commission chairs, and of course, our national staff. And I end by asking you to join the American Legion. No, I take that back. To join the American Legion family in changing lives and saving lives today and now. Thank you.